you hear, Evie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. Oh, boy. Mr. Wright?
What?
Are trials always like this with you? You're like swimming, like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. What?
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
Is that common?
Not in this game.
So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. Well, it's not insignificant.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner.
Oh, that guy. Forgot about him.
Mm-hmm. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come to take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. We got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all?
I like that expression.
I seen the red breeze blow out her slender neck many a time.
What?
Saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
Did she stuff it in the muffler? So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
Just let it gore you.
Okay.
Ugh, I got a bad feeling about this.
Evie's rubbing the mic. Okay. Hi, baby. Okay, I'm brushing her. Okay.
Evie
So
is a
what are
cat,
we
by the way.
Evie
No,
is
she's
a
not.
kitty. Hi, baby. Yeah. she's sitting on
She's a
my
little bambina.
She's rubbing. She's very aggressively rubbing this microphone. Okay. So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee!
You usually want barbecue sauce for ribs, though.
Yeah, that's weird. Is this Black Angus? Is that why? Because Black Angus is cheap?
That guy used to laugh a lot.
That's true. Eat steak! You know.
Okay, look here, appetizers. I'd like to resume.
Why did he like this? Did he
Why
have
is
a
he not?
stroke?
He's not sure.
He was supposed to hand down a verdict like 45 minutes ago.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets, and vomit's on your sweater already.
What?
That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr.
Is he
Edgeworth.
eternal darknessing?
This can't be happening. Well, then, I believe it's time we continued on with this trial, then. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable.
What is going on?
Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Oh,
Who's this?
I know who this is. Should I do it? Should I do the guy? Because you're doing a lot of characters. Maybe I should also.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay.
Wait, is this Damon?
This is the chief. The chief.
Is this
detective.
Gant?
Yes. Or did you want to do Gant?
I mean, I had an idea about what I would do with him, but
Okay, if you have an idea,
want,
if you have an idea.
Excuse me. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Oh, he's,
Oh my god.
he's totally cropped. Oh my god, this game is cropped.
Yeah, they could have done a better job at that.
What's with this guy? Strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Who is this guy? He looks very bizarre. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
You have a thermometer?
What?
Who on earth is he? Because his pecs are very pecked.
It's you.
That's all?
Oh. Sorry I'm late, Edgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, Edgy. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've just been so busy. Busy, Edgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Edgy seems to be his nickname for the judge? Uji? Idji?
Edgy,
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
So, you're Wright-o, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks.
So, I was sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
Little Worthy.
Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's a top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
This guy? Okay.
With his evil,
Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
he's got those arms eyes.
Not quite spirally, more like concentric circles.
Yeah.
So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
It's a muffler. Hey, that's...
Hey, that's my sister's muffler.
So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, this guy really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less.
Why does this guy pause so much? Is that on purpose? Or?
Yeah, it's totally intentional.
Yeah.
It's really quite
It's
embarrassing,
very-
even for us. Well, what's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Ooh, look at that pose he's got.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Oh,
Wait a minute, Worthy.
Don't even get me started on the investigator.
I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepted this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Why aren't you asking me?
Could you open it up for me, I wonder? You're the one with the fancy new 3D investigative tools.
No one else can look at it in 3D. Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it.
No, it's doing it
It's
automatically.
slowly. Okay. Oh my god. Wrong way. That was the wrong direction. Oh god.
It's like that dog barking in The Simpsons telling you a message. Shh, the dog's barking. Okay, let's actually hit
The tag. The tag makes sense.
Why? Don't scare me like that.
It's a broken knife. I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
This dark red stain. Blood?
But dried blood.
Small tag attached.
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife?
What the fuck?
Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really.
He's got a religious cross for a tie.
Yes. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, that was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see. What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
What?
What the fuck?
There's a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information, Ajay. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Another detective was killed.
Wait, another detective?
Wait a second, you said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Hence why in the beginning intro we saw that 3D image of two people being stabbed simultaneously.
That we did. Order, order, order. I always hate yelling order as a judge. I never feel like I get that right. Anyway, we're at the department. We're all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
It's situation. Two detectives killed at the same time in two different places.
That's crazy.
Middle of the day.
The chances of that are really slim,
entirely.
scientifically speaking, of course.
That's a bad joke to get into, because you've just said they're in two different places, so you can't localize them entirely in a single spot.
It's a big kitchen.
It's a big country.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. I don't care who this bitch is.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Be on your best behavior for the chief.
That's
Oh,
really
right.
weird.
Yeah,
This knife
kind of
is-
weird.
I can't say how.
Well, let's press it anyway.
Excuse me, special.
Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, sorry, Wright. I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler.
What?
Connection between this knife and... Oh, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman.
This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue.
Okay.
Let's examine that knife while we can. Righto.
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. So I already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know as well.
I think
What?
half the pieces are falling into place.
Should we just go for it?
Let's just go for it.
Okay.
I should try. He's even saying
Alright.
piece of evidence.
Oh, sorry, I'm advancing text without you reading it.
How are the things going?
So, how are things going down at the department, I say, but we're not going to pursue this. We're going to go back here and we're going to present
It's this note.
this crazy note. Whoa!
Because it turns out it's upside down. Wait a
Like the
second.
Jack Johnson song.
Yeah.
Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean? From Udgy. This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL-92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s 12/2.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside?
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get?
Cha-chan.
That's evidence 2 out of 21 for the SL9 case.
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on this knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Oh, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto.
I win? What game is this guy playing?
Oh, I guess this is...
Yeah, he changed it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's press it. Oh crap, I forgot to read it. Oh well.
So this knife was stolen.
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Okay, that didn't really get us anywhere.
Yeah.
I guess we just keep pressing.
Let's just look at this real quick.
There's a small tag on the knife.
It says SL92.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number?
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Okay, so this was supposed to be the tip
Maybe
to
I
make you
should
look
check
at the thing.
court record again. Yeah, so that's nothing.
Alright, well, I guess we just keep on pressing.
Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, Wright, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
Detective killed.
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Well, just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto.
I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case?
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Ooh. Well, we know how the victim was killed. Wait, do we? No, we don't. Well, we know because of the intro.
Yeah.
We know when the victim died.
Yeah, I think we're just assuming it was simultaneous.
Well, he
Or
said
roughly
5:15.
Yeah,
he actually said 5:15.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And where the victim was found, like, we know the general, like, location, but not the exact location.
That's true.
Like, not which room or section of the police department.
Right. I assume how the victim was killed is the knife stab, because we saw it in the opening.
It seems like these two are the ones more likely to produce something relevant, but I don't know which one. I don't know why, but my gut's telling me how. So I'm gonna say how.
Okay. Well, how's detective killed?
How was he killed? Now, that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife.
A knife?
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's a spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder.
Time of the crime, 5:15.
5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence?
I think not.
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident.
Not officially linked, so I can't talk about it.
How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, righto? You understand? Try to understand, righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife. What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out.
Maybe we looked at the tag on the knife, but maybe there's additional to do with
the tip of it? Oh, the
Nope.
heel of it? I think that's it.
Damn.
Oh, this knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the evidence room. This was...
Stolen from the evidence room.
Okay. Wait, go back. Wait, go to the detective was killed. They didn't even change that. You press it again. On the same blah blah blah, killed in the prosecutor. It's looping again.
Okay. So
I think
go
it's
for the where.
Yeah. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room?
Okay, that links it to the earlier statement.
Wait a second, I have heard of that.
I've heard of an evidence room.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
Sure did. This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen in part of the evidence room.
There's the connection between the two cases.
Perfect.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With a link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage.
We gotta say it out loud first.
Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Maybe you press that again?
Press it
Weird,
again?
is it? They'll press the last part, not officially linked.
Just press it?
Yeah, maybe you can just press it now.
Let's see.
Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
Okay, here we go. You don't say. Well, out with it, Wright. Oh, what's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room, although weirdly he says that's not where the body was found, which is very odd.
Yeah, that is indeed very odd. Indeed. There do seem to be many connections. There seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
Smug.
You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
Okay. It was also Goodman. If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him.
Well, the ID number is something we can reference against Goodman. I don't know why we would need to do that, but it's just like a piece of information we could compare.
What if my joke is correct?
Yeah, I can't remember how this went. I honestly can't.
It might be correct, actually.
You want to just do it then?
Let's just do it.
Okay.
Okay. How about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189. Oh, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. Drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it.
Didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Let's just check this real quick. Well, wait a minute. 58421. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was right.
All right, there they go.
This tells me something. The ID number of the victim at the police department. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
I'm gonna gavel at you to get your attention. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you?
Tells me who it is.
Witness!
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
What? No, I got confused.
And this is news?
Huh?
Zing. Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do.
The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Wright-ho. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
And
Everybody's
this
like,
means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189.
Objection! Wait a second, Wright? What does this
mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh, sharp as a tack, right? Oh, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. We claimed him. We are the ones who killed him. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Our
Yet,
corpse.
a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location. Order, Chief. What does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? I informed you yesterday. I believe it was Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait,
Crap, I can't even remember what voice I gave him.
Oh.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lattice Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ugh. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. Objection! But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... Jesus.
I can't stand his pausing.
Oh,
No
dang.
such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now what was the second rule of evidence law,
There.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Huh? Oh, well, it's,
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you'd submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy.
huh? I was just doing my job.
No. No! It seems we've come to the end of this trial.
What?
I know you're going through a tough
What?
time, Worthy, but what with all these rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
oh my god.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. But, Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Probably not true, but I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive.
I don't understand. The judges was gonna just end the trial? In what way?
I don't know. I think he was about to rule, and then Edgeworth was like, nah, man, I can figure it out. Put me in, coach. Court's adjourned.
That implies he was gonna rule her not guilty.
Maybe, hey? I mean, and then that's fine. That means Edgeworth is still fighting to convict, as a prosecutor would.
I guess so.